Hey guys, this is Haru. I just want to actually show you how to draw support and resistance and kind of get a better idea of how to use support and resistance in your trading. So what you're looking for is this little line right here at the top. Okay, you can click on it and it will give you a little bar here, and then once you click on drop it, the actual default setting is this little red line. Some people like to change the color, so I double click on it, right click, and go to the horizontal properties. Then I can actually change the color. In this case here, I'll do black. And then you can change the thickness of the line too. So if you want it really thick, indication that it is a good support resistance area. Also, you can actually change the time frames that you like to use it on. Okay, you can use it on any time frame at all, you want. So if you only want it to show on, like, let's say the 4 hour per se, then all you have to do is check mark the H4, and then you can leave these blank and say OK. You can change the parameter value, but these are the settings I like to use. I actually use them on all time frames, so we'll just do that and say OK. And so you can see this line here. There's actually a little dot right here. You can actually drag it when you have a dot. So when you double click on it again, it sits still. You can't move it around. Okay, so again, this is an indicator that you can actually just drag around here. So if you saw support right there, okay, you can double click on it so you can have it sit still. And just like I said before, you can have it specifically on the 4 hour time frame if you only want to look at that time frame. So if we kick down to, let's say, the 1 hour, then that line won't appear. Okay, same thing with the day chart per se. But let's just work with the 4 hour time frame here. So what you're looking for in the market, and actually looking for support resistance, is you're looking at how the market reacts. You can see that this market spikes up very quickly here, and then it reverses really quickly. So you can consider the body and the wick. So it's just a general area, so I would actually look to draw it right around this area. Typically the body just says the body, that's the closing prices. The wicks kind of give you information of the stretching point, and the fact that in a smaller time frame, this would actually look like a reversal candlestick pattern on a smaller time frame. Okay. So here, just to show you that this is a support and resistance, as you can see how it reacted here, as well as here, as well as here. See how these little wicks here just kick off of it, kick off of it, kick off of it, kick off of it. So it just shows you that this market really respects this resistance, and it's been the more times it kicks, the more it respects it. So there was multiple opportunities to actually trade away from this resistance, bouncing off of it. Okay, let's actually look at this support resistance level. So again, like I said, it's not this exact number, but you can see I placed it based on the bodies here. You can kind of see the wicks and bodies, and you can see how the market kind of shuffles through this price. You can see how it's resistance here, resistance when it broke the resistance level, acted as support, bounced off, then it broke through again, came back up. You can kind of see how the zigzags right here, and then now you can see that when it broke here, you can see this little tail here. It retests, comes up, bounces off that support level again, and again there. And then here, when it broke support, acted as resistance. Okay, so this is kind of like a retest of this area, and here you can see it not being able to breach this high here, and so the market kind of zigzags down to the bottom here. Let's actually look at another chart so you can get a good feel for that. Let's actually look at the USD yen. Again, what you're looking for in the market is how the market rushes up to a certain price and then gets rejected. So this is called a swing point or a swing high. So when you draw, you typically want the body. If you see wicks and bodies, those are good ways to actually draw it. Okay, so you can kind of think that this is resistance. It's also known as supply and demand. So you can see that the US dollar was gaining value here, and then when it got rejected here, that means it's losing value against the yen. Alright, so on the bottom here, that's the same thing here. The bottom, the market came down really quickly and bounced off of it, meaning that it couldn't breach this price. Over here on the right hand side, it actually breached it and is hanging out beyond it, so this market may continue going downwards. But also just want to see this example right here, this support area here. Here was support, support, breakout trade. Okay, and you can see it really struggles in this general area as well. Okay, so we can draw a line there as well. You kind of want to only consider the most obvious areas of support resistance, okay, when you trade. And see, here's resistance. Okay, so it was support, broke through, came back up, acted as resistance. You can see the bodies here, and then here this market dings off of it and then pushes off downwards. Just to give you an idea of support resistances, it's really just using a historical price to project future price. So if we drag this back, you can see that these lines, okay, how amazingly the market kind of shuffles around those prices. Okay, you can pull this back in history and see that the market really respects these areas that the market, they're turning points. Okay, so there's resistance here. Okay, and then it rushes up and creates a new level right here. So like I said, if you pull this back, you'll probably see that these areas here are really respected. Okay, so we can see that if we were trying to project future price, that this was resistance. Okay, so when the market got to that price, then we're looking for a reversal. You can see that that was the same line I drew over here, guys. So there was resistance, resistance, and the same price. So I'm just going to say it's 105.34. So if you come over here to the right, that same general price point, this right here shows as support and resistance here. Okay, you can see how it's reacted over here on the right and how it reacted over here on the right hand side. So again, you can see that once the market reaches a certain price, then you're looking for reasons for it to bounce off of or break through it. So that's how you draw support resistance. It's very simple. All you're looking for is areas that the market has rejected. So let's actually look at the euro dollar. So here, this market actually rushes really quickly downwards, and here we create support on the bottom. Okay, so if you use the body here, you would think that it would actually be a false break. Okay, so how you actually ignore that? It's about 50% of this wick is what you're looking for. Okay, so if you see a long wick, you can use 50% or even this wick low here to kind of identify that if this market closes beyond the wick, then this market may continue going downwards. But you can see about 50% of this wick, how the market respects it here, 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 and here, and then you can see it make a turn here. So again, right here, just to give you a general price area, so you can see the support here, acted as resistance here, and then it broke through to start acting as support here on the right hand side here. Okay, and I just want to just show you again, see how there is resistance here. So if you can identify this as resistance, so when the market comes up to that price again, that is an opportunity for us to think that this market may reverse there. As you can see, it dings off of it again. Let's actually pull this market back and show you how well these lines can be remembered by the market. Okay, you can probably go really far back. Okay, so those are the same lines. See that one I drew on the top? It's actually almost on the dot of this body, and this price is at 1.3669. So if you go to the front here, it's this one right here. Okay, so you can see how that using historical price, you can project future price. Okay, let me just show you that right here. And typically you just don't want to have too many lines. You want to have kind of the obvious swing lows and swing highs and seeing how the market reacts in those prices. So here's resistance here, here's your breaking candle, and then it climbs upwards. But look at that. I mean, resistance, right? Broke through, acted as support. This is your retest. You can see that these tails really respecting that low there, and then it starts driving upwards. So how it reacted over here, okay, and look at how when it broke through, this market retests the resistance and then it tumbles downwards. Same thing, just like I said, these resistance and support areas, once it breaks through, uh, break, and then you look for a retest. Okay, and this market respects that. So like I said, it's not an exact price, it's just a general area that the market really struggles to breach. So this high is not as matched up to this high, but you can probably see in the future that this high will actually act as resistance later on in the future, acting as support. So it's resistance at top, supporting these prices here. Look at that. So support drops off. That's that same line we were talking about, and it couldn't breach it. Price had to do the reversal there, and just so on and so forth. So really, if you look at it, the market is actually repeating itself with these areas here. So the concept of history repeating itself. Let's actually clean out the chart, and I just want to just show you that this line right here, again, you can use historical price to project future price. So that was a turning point, and you can see that it was a turning point at one point as well. Here was kind of a shuffle around market, just consolidation, really confusing market as you can tell, but these two lines, you can see that bounce, 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 and then took off. Here on the right hand side, same thing, bounce, bounce, took off. So these two prices, we can pull all the way back, and you probably see that the market respects that. I mean, that is the exact same price, support, resistance, and then you pull this to the front, you can see how it reacted over here. Okay, I'm just going to do one more currency, and if you have any questions, just let me know, or just visit our website at theforexcircle.com. So here again on the top we have resistance, the bottom is support, so that means you're looking for turnaround points of support. So it turned around a little bit. You're really looking for the major areas of turnarounds. But you can see that this was support and resistance. Okay, so I have four lines here. One at the extreme high, the extreme low, two pretty much in the middle. But if you pull this back, okay, you can see how the market has respected this resistance, and here you can see how it shuffles around a little bit. Market comes up, tries to breach that price, and then could not, and it just dropped really quickly here. So I'm going to just draw one more line on the bottom here. So you can look at it in an actual projection standpoint. So we showed you the back testing perspective, but let's actually look at it as a forward market projection. So if it breaks this level, then I'm going to probably trade it to the next level, which is right here. So you can see it comes up and hits that level, comes back down to this support resistance area. So I'm looking from this area. If it breaks it, then I'm looking to trade lower. If it doesn't break it, then I'm going to trade back to the top. Okay, and here's another level here. Creates another level, so that's another area to trade to. Okay, so I'm just using this historical price. Couldn't breach this price, reversed, broke this support level here, trade back down to this price, broke this price, couldn't reach this price. Okay, so this is a reversal scenario. Back up to this resistance level here, this level here, couldn't breach it, hit it twice, falls down, comes down to support, creates support, comes up, couldn't reach to this price, so it breaks, trades down to this price. Okay, so I'm just kind of walking you through the forward way of trading it. So here we have support, couldn't breach the price again right here. So you had this information to project this information, trade back to resistance, resistance back down towards the support, couldn't stretch out further enough, so it broke this resistance here, this right here, retest. You could either trade to this price or back to this resistance level here. Okay, you can see how it kind of stair steps, pulls back, trying to get back down to support, couldn't do that, so it comes back up to resistance, and so on and so forth. So it may come up to here, make a decision, possibly trade back down to the support level. Alright, so I really hope you enjoy this video and like it, as well as subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you are able to draw support and resistance. Alright guys, take care.